Welcome to the Lavaca County Today podcast. Your hosts are photographer, columnist, Murray Montgomery and graphic design artist, photographer, Michelle Price. This podcast is a review of the 4 weekly papers in Lavaca County, Texas. These papers include the Hallettsville Tribune-Herald, the Shiner Gazette, Yoakum Herald-Times, and the Moulton Eagle. Thanks for listening to this week's news review and please share. And now, here are your hosts, Murray and Michelle.
Hello everybody, this is Murray back with you today for the Lavaca County News Review. This will be the December 6th and 7th editions, and I've got my partner here with me after a short delay. So how you doing, Michelle?
I'm doing great, Murray.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, before we get started, I want you to tell us about next week and what's going to be in the paper and what's new and this and that.
Well, I want to say that next week is probably my favorite edition of the whole year because it's going to include all those Santa letters. And if you have ever needed a good read, Santa letters are amazing. They're funny, they're cute, they're entertaining, they're all the things you want to be. And we're able to bring that to you because of our great advertisers who sponsor those pages. So I want to thank all of them for taking the time to agree to sponsor them and to always being such great sponsors and such great businesses for all of our communities. So thank you all very much and look forward to seeing those letters in next week's edition.
And what about the new changes after the first of the year with the mailing?
Are going to be rocking and rolling in our office here with some new changes. One is we're going back to the old way, and I just told Murray that my mom always said if something's not broke, don't try to fix it or change it. And Murray tried to do that, so I had to tell him the wise words of my mother. And so we did that kind of here at the newspaper, and we changed our labeling system not too long ago. Do you think it was about 6 months, a year? Not really sure. But how long we've been doing it the new way. But the new way is that our labels were put on when printed at the press. And so that made them come to us a little bit later. And so that was the big change. It changed when you all received your newspaper. Well, we're going back. And we're going to do all the labeling here, which means they're going to come to us earlier, which means you're going to get them earlier. So look for that change and more information about that starting in the new year. And we're also going to be paginating. Paginating is a crazy word that probably most people don't know, but that means we put the papers all together in-house, which hasn't been done for some time.
Yeah, that's what we used to do for many, many years. And I don't know, were you here before that change?
Before the labeling or the paginating?
No, before we started sending it.
Yes, I was here for the labeling change, but okay. I have never worked at the newspaper when we've done all the papers in-house. So.
Okay. Well, so you'll see some changes, folks. You'll see some people that haven't been doing certain things will be doing them, and so your paper may look a little different. So just get ready for that. It's no big deal, just a little more work for us, but other than that, getting the papers to you early, I think that you'll be very happy with that situation. Also, there's one other thing I wanted to tell you about. I've been asked about this podcast if people had to be friends with me or Michelle to be able to see this podcast or hear it. Well, you don't have to. You have to be on Facebook. And you don't really have to do that either if you're on Spreaker, which is the host for this podcast. But I don't have that address at hand. But what I do have, I have 2 public groups on Facebook. One of them is This, That, and Beyond Lavaca County, Texas. And the other is the 4 county fundraisers. Those are public groups that you can join at any time. And these will be posted there on Thursday evening after we finish. So you don't necessarily have to be friends with us, but we wouldn't mind being friends with you.
Why wouldn't anyone want to be friends with us?
Well, I can't understand.
I can't either. If you want to be my friend, I'll accept you. I'm very open.
And you may be seeing some new artwork on this podcast. We may have some actors doing that picture for us. And just know that the guy with the big beard and all that hair is not me.
That's exactly how we look.
Because I'm nearly bald-headed and I'm old and I don't look as nice as he does. But yet Michelle, now she looks like that girl in that picture. I do,
and I remember to wear my glasses all the time.
So we may be making that change, and then again we may not. So anyway, what else you got, Michelle? For the Tribune, we're going to start with Hallettsville Tribune Herald.
Yeah, and I think one of the best articles, it's probably not breaking news to a lot of people, but was Jimmy Apple's red and green, I guess, tribute to the Christmas colors, and he explains the symbolicness of different things, including like the candy cane, from why red is chosen for Santa to wear, all those things. And so it's very interesting that it's not just random colors picked. That it does have meaning, and it actually all is Christ symbolized pretty much. So.
Yeah, Jimmy did a lot of research on that, and we have it on our website, LaVacaCountyToday.com. Now, folks, if you're not utilizing this website, you need to check it out, because these articles, most of them are free for you to look at for, I don't know, anywhere from 2 weeks to 2 months, just depending on when we decide to take them premium. And when we do that, well, then, yeah, you have to subscribe and pay a monthly fee. But for right now, when they first go up, you can go look at them. And not the podcast, but the obituaries will remain free, as far as I know, from now on. So you can always go up there to look at your obituaries. So I guess that's all I have, Michelle.
Can I talk to you about obituaries? Don't you think we should do like living rituaries, so you know things about people before they die?
I don't know.
I just don't get it.
I know a lot of my historic articles from the past. I've got a whole lot of my information from obituaries, because back in the day, I mean, they put everything. When they wrote an obituary, they had the person's life story. I mean, you knew where they came from and where they were born and everything they did during their lives. So, but in a newspaper these days, it takes up too much space, and we don't charge for it. I don't believe
we don't charge for the main information. So birthday, death date, the services, and the number of people they're survived by. Now, if you put all that great, interesting tribute information, it does cost you, but you can always send that in to us and we can give you a quote. So
sounds good. Okay, what else we got?
But Murray's going to do a living rituary about me. Santa and the Grinch get artsy. So they don't come together very often, do they? So that's big. And we're going to talk about these Moulton cheerleaders a little bit more when we get to Moulton. But Henry Joe, he has a question still going.
What is it?
I don't know. It is something about Christmas lights. Who invented electric Christmas lights?
Yeah, well, that's one I don't know either, because I thought 1 or 2 men invented the electric light.
Henry said he'll take all 3 men as the answer.
Oh, okay.
Because Henry's so generous.
That's a nice, sweet little fellow.
Would you think anything else of Henry?
I shouldn't be so mean to him, I guess.
And Larry does a great summary of what went on in our weather over the past month. And we're just scrolling along. There's still some events going on before Christmas hits. And please keep watching. We'll also tell you guys, but there's going to be some deadline changes for our Christmas week.
Yeah, that'll be coming up pretty soon, I guess.
Yes. Christmas is coming. You have all your Christmas shopping done, Murray?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And your Christmas trees up?
As long as Amazon's online, I'll be all right.
Most people don't like Amazon. No, I'm kidding. Everyone loves Amazon. What is going on, Murray? I'm having technical... User error is happening right now. There we go. There we go. We'll just go like this.
Just jump on down to the sports.
Just jump on down.
If
Who
you
does
can.
the sports?
This is the internet again. Once again.
We're living the dream.
So it's not moving, it's just enlarging the page. I can't tell you why, because I've never had that happen to me. But you might as well break out them printed copies.
Alrighty.
Because that's what we're going to have to do.
And here's Chuck Groff Sports.
Friends, this is the internet for you, you know. The technology is great, but it's not so great when it don't work.
Yeah.
So we're going to the print editions to go through them. So you're going to hear papers rattling and whatever. Maybe Michelle will try to be quiet, but that's a little bit hard for her sometimes.
Yeah, I don't do quiet very well.
But anyway, go ahead, Michelle.
Okay, so we're in basketball season, of course. We still have some volleyball honors and accolades taking place. So you can see Sacred Heart has those listed at the bottom, or Chuck lists them at the bottom. So congrats to them on a great season. It tells all about it, mainly girls basketball. The Lady Brahmas, I'm not really sure. Tell me how to say it.
Well, it just depends on who you are. Everybody says it different.
Well, they took third in the Schulenburg tournament, so congrats to them. Sacred Heart, Moulton takes a win over Sacred Heart, so that was a tough loss for them. And the Houtsville boys win 2 in the AUP tournament. What does that stand for, Murray? Anyway, we don't know. Aransas Pass. There we go. So good job by Chucky Groff. He always has his column and then has some miscellaneous pictures of what's been going on. He does still have his Harris picks for the week. So we're getting down to it, you know. And
who are they picking as far as
what class are we in? So Dangerfield over Tidehaven, Gunter over Canadian, Franklin over Edna, Malakoff over Brock, Tipson over Ganado, and Tolar over Stafford.
All right. Well, being not many of our teams, or not any of our teams, are in there, I guess Edna would be about the closest one. So we need to root for them. So that ought to wrap it up.
But Murray, you have this wonderful story.
Yeah, I have a column there. It's about a man that came to Texas years and years ago, and he wanted to be a newspaper publisher, and he wound up being one, but he also became a soldier, and he became a Texas Ranger, so he had quite a colorful life, but it's fairly lengthy, so we'll just leave it to you to read, and I hope you enjoy it.
You should read it, because that's how we're here, right?
And we're going to move on over now to my partner's favorite newspaper, the Shiner Gazette. What you got, Michelle?
Well, there was a lot going on in Shiner last weekend. They had a tree lighting, fireworks, and Christmas celebration at the brewery, and Christmas in the park. So a whole lot going on. So check all the pictures and summary of what was going on there. That's a good picture, isn't it, Murray?
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
I wonder who took it.
I don't know.
I'll pat her on the back.
I bet you it was somebody that's always prompt for their appointment.
Prompt, yeah. Never forgets anything. This weekend it'll be the live nativity, and the Methodist Church also has their Wonderland Village. So still things going on. Check that out. Jimmy's column also made the front page about the red and green. And there's a Chamber of Commerce annual report that was presented at the city council meeting, along with other city council that Clayton covered. So good job, Clayton. Way to handle that. Clayton also has some news about the A1 Shiner Fire and Safety celebrating 40 years. Santa was drinking a beer. Did you know Santa liked beer? I did. But, not everyone knows. As Angels is a charity event going on. We're also still collecting for Deputy Santa only until Monday. So this week we'll be at Moulton, and but you can still drop off at any of our newspaper offices or other locations. Okay,
you're over in the sports pages now.
I'm in the sports. I may have passed
which
them.
is Mark Lube, and he's got the headline here. It says Lady Comanches bring energy in a win over St. Paul. So I guess that was both of your local schools over
there. They played each other, and they did play at the Shiner High School gym, and the Lady Comanches did come out on top by a pretty substantial amount. But it varies in those schools. They go back and forth on talent and what's going on, and it's great to watch them. I do. Riley Von Scher and Morgan Lehman, I think is how you pronounce her.
Lenehan.
They're both very tall athletes, which that may help them be as well talented as they're being in basketball. Height doesn't hurt in basketball. This boy put a hand on that boy's head. What is going on there, Murray? Howard Essie took that picture, so thank you, Mr. Essie, for that contribution to our newspaper.
You bet. We appreciate all this help that we get from some of our subscribers, and we appreciate it. And Mark's got several stories there. He's got...
Yeah, it's a lot going on. Basketball tournaments are big right now, so... And we're doing some sign language going on in here. I want to call this our studio, Murray. Can we call it our studio?
Yeah.
Yeah, in our studio. Sometimes we have visitors, like flies. Oh, the back page is very important.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, let's take a look at it.
Get there, Murray. Get there fast. You're not getting there fast.
Well.
Shiner Float wins Best in Show. Now, I have some big news. The Shiner Float that will appear in Bastrop this Saturday for the last appearance as how this float looks. Can you believe it? We're going to get a new float. So we're very excited. Hopefully we'll be able to premiere it, or what do you call that?
Yeah, premiere's all right.
Yeah, that's a great word, right?
And thanks to Raymond Rojas for
yes, Raymond
Rosas.
Rosas took a great picture of us down in Yoakum. But we're excited, although I thank all the parents for all their hard work making the float look beautiful for Christmas. We're ready to rip it apart and get our new float. So
that's great.
Look for that in the new year.
And you have sponsors for that?
We did. We had a bunch of sponsors, and our last big push of sponsorship came from the city council. So we thank them very much for helping us get over and get ready to represent Shiner well in the new year.
Well, thanks to Potex Grocery for their ad. We appreciate them, and they support this Shiner newspaper every week.
Yes, and Meckers does it a lot too, and they're having their big sale. Are you going tomorrow?
I don't know.
It's very big. You have to wait in line, but it's well worth it.
Well, you know, I know the owner, one of them, and he used to work with my little brother at the highway department, and then him and his wife bought Baker's. And so I might go over there and see if Doug would give me something free.
You never know. He's pretty generous.
Yeah. He's a pretty good guy.
He is a good guy. They're a good family, and I'm glad they're doing well. And good luck on their sale. You can enter to win some prizes, too.
Okay, we're moving on over to the Yoakum Herald Times. On the front page, the news is about William Lynn being named the new city manager, and Bobby Haruska wrote that story. Have you got any information on those pictures, Michelle?
I don't. I know it was Christmas on the Grand, and again, Raven so generously took his time to take those and provide those wonderful pictures for us. Christmas on the Grand, of course, is Yoakum's festivities for the holiday season, and it looks like a good time. Santa looks like he was having fun, so... Thanks, Raymond, and thanks to the City of Yoakum and the Chamber of Commerce for putting that on.
And there's something about a meal here for Betty Powell annual holiday community meal. Do you know anything about that?
Hey, is the internet working? I didn't even know. Okay. No, I don't know a lot about it, but it looks like it's going to take place on December the 11th from 11 to 1. I'm not really sure. I think you do have to pay for it, but for more information, you can call the mayor, and he'll let you know how to get to that community meal.
DeWitt County 4-H Club wraps gifts and makes donations. It got a big picture, a 6-column picture of that, and that's pretty neat deal for DeWitt County.
Yeah, and we got some Yoakum sports. They're also in basketball, so they're starting off their year. They also went and played the Shorthorns, which it looks like everyone was playing in Schulenburg last week, and they took a win, 51-50. So that was a very close game.
Who were you pulling for?
I don't know.
No.
I can't say. I take the 5th. And Murray's column also made Yoakum's paper, so you can pick up a copy of Yoakum's paper to read that. We'd like to thank Natalie Konezek for always putting in her column. It's very educational, and she says, "Is it the most wonderful time of the year?" Now, of course, Murray and I have differing opinions. Of course, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Murray. Yeah, it's great. Murray loves it.
Yeah, I just love all these holidays.
He loves them. Let me disclose that Murray was playing Christmas music this week, so there we go. He is getting in the spirit, whether he wants to admit it or not. He loves it.
Yeah, well, I liked it better when I had a bunch of little children running through the house.
Well, I can come run through your house, Murray. Will that help?
No, that's okay.
Oh.
That's okay.
I see how you are.
One thing about it, you wouldn't be on time, whatever we were going to do.
Man, sometimes you just can't live things down, guys. So Yoakum Heritage Museum hosts their Christmas tree for us, and this is not a color problem, Murray. It is a purple Christmas.
All right.
So that is why the pictures look purple.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Murray's always curious.
So I don't have to blame the printer for that, right?
No. Sometimes we have printer problems, but this is not one of them.
Okay, we're moving on over to the cleanup batter, as my buddy Hans used to say, and they've got homecoming week. It's in full swing, according to Clayton Kelly. So what do you got to say about that, Michelle?
I think Clayton did a good job telling what all's going to be happening. Moulton has their homecoming week a little bit different because they don't have a football team. So read all about that, from senior breakfast to all different things. He tells you all what was going on. And then we have the Moulton girls are headed to Honolulu, which is pretty awesome. It's going to be the Pearl Harbor Day Parade. And word on the streets is that Clayton Kelly's going to be doing a follow-up. And I think those girls are going to have a lot to tell.
Is Clayton going to Honolulu?
He is not.
Oh.
He's coming straight to the Tribune office to work. And guess who else is coming to town?
Thanksgiving turkey?
No, Santa Claus.
Oh, okay.
And he's coming to Moulton at 1 p.m. on Saturday? Saturday, yes.
1 p.m. Saturday, you're right.
Now, when you're hauling crushed cars and you have an accident, is it all those cars? Is it like a 20 vehicle accident, or they were already crushed, so that doesn't count?
They were crushed. They were probably headed for the junkyard.
So that doesn't count as vehicles being in an accident.
I hope that's what it was. I hope there wasn't anybody in those cars. But
no, I don't think so. But I just wonder if you can call it like a 20-car pileup, even though they were already piled up.
No, that's something to think about.
It is. Don't stay up tonight thinking about it. It's not that great, but I think about a lot of things. Ask Julie's in our paper again, so you can ask her some questions. But my favorite question is, I don't have one. Hi Julie, I'm a mom of 4 small children and never seem to ever get anything done. I am the mom of 1 child right now and I don't get anything done. What is that about? 4? Are you kidding me? You're doing great if you're keeping them alive.
Yeah, that's a new column that started running last week or week before last. I can't remember which. But anyway, that's part of our other newspapers that lady is in. So, what else, Michelle?
There was a big traffic stop that several pounds of marijuana. So that guy is smiling really big, but there's nothing to really smile about. Shame on him, right?
Yeah, I think they might have been late delivering their product. But
maybe.
You wouldn't know nothing about being late, I don't know.
I never would. Mingle on Main is this Saturday. Don't be late, or you'll miss out.
Okay, the Kittens won. They outscored Sacred Heart 51-36, according to Mark Lube. In fact, I put that page together, and the whole page was basketball. So
I hear basketball's a big thing in Moulton.
It's a big thing. That is a big thing, and they usually produce a lot of winning teams.
Yeah, they're living up to their reputation. So good job and best of luck for the rest of the year.
Yeah, thanks, Mark, for that, and we appreciate your work.
He's working hard, I think.
Yeah.
Do you know that Mark also did the jingle jog in Shiner? He's just doing everything.
Oh, well, that's the kind.
Good job, Mark.
That's the kind of guy we need.
I didn't see Chuck running no jingle jog.
Well, Chuck's he's like some of the rest of us in the geriatrics ward back there. We move a little slower, you know. You gotta cut us some slack.
I don't know. Henry moves pretty fast.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna comment on that.
Okay.
Well, what else you got
It's
before we
Christmas.
wrap this up?
I think it's been a great week here at the paper. We've started implementing new changes, and we all survived. So let's see what next week holds as we keep changing and evolving.
Well, you was pretty busy last week,
I
wasn't you?
was, and I'm even busier now. So busy, sometimes I forget what I'm doing.
Oh, I can't believe that one.
I knew you could.
Well, go ahead and wrap it up with your goodbyes, and I'll finish it up.
All right, everyone. I wish that you have a great weekend. If you're shopping, if you're joining the festivities, I do encourage you all to very much shop local.
Right.
Small businesses really depend on what they do, and they're always here for us, and they're here for us to support our kids and their activities by sponsoring teams and doing different things. So just think what they give back. So if you have to spend 50 cents more, just go ahead and spend it. It's all right. It all works out. The circle goes unbroken then. So shop local, enjoy all the festivities that your local chambers and different things are putting on. They work hard to put that on, and it's a great way to get out in your community. Other than that, just really enjoy the season. It goes really fast, and we're here. Don't forget to pick up your paper next week, because we're going to bring you all the joys of the season with great ads and Santa letters like we promised. So have a great weekend. Be safe, everyone.
All right. Well, that's holidays is coming. They're coming fast, and it seems like folks have to get their shopping done. And Michelle was right about shopping locally. You really do need to do that. So forgive my remark about Amazon, but when you're kind of up in years and you have a hard time getting around, that, you know, you take the easy route.
So if you're 90, you could shop on Amazon.
Well, I'm getting pretty close to
But you're
that.
not there, Mary. Not there.
I'm getting pretty close. You know, me and Henry Joe Yashik, we're the oldest in the building right now. Thank God he's older than me. But the thing about it is that Henry Joe's in better shape than everybody else. So,
Even me.
anyway, friends, I hope that you'll share this podcast, and I hope that you will go to these groups that I mentioned if you can't find it any other way.
Or be our friends.
Yeah, we don't mind at all, except in those friendships. But that's all from me, and we will see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
We hope you enjoyed this edition of the Lavaca County, Texas News Review. Our hosts and guests will provide you with all the area news and sports in Lavaca County. Thanks so much for joining us, and we hope you will be back for the next podcast. And in the meanwhile, we are going to rock and roll on out of here. Goodbye, everybody.